Back here in Pittsburgh, a community knew it was going to gather for a hockey game tonight, but the morning began with some awful news of a vicious attack at a school here. As members of the community, the Penguins want to take a moment together with their fans, and we will remain for that and the anthem tonight. Here is public address announcer Ryan Mill.
Please join the Penguins in extending our thoughts and prayers to those who fell victim and were affected by the events that unfolded this morning at Franklin Regional High School in Murraysville, PA. You have our support, and we wish you all a full recovery. Please rise, remove your hats, and direct your attention to the flags above the scoreboard. Please welcome with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, the Penguins' own Mr. Jeff Jimerson.
Pittsburgh, I ask you to sing along with me tonight in a show of support. Let's sing as one. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
A local Pittsburgher said of this, it is a good town. Moments of silence here are silent. When asked to sing along, they do. It's a good town. Here are the Honda starting goalies for tonight. Jonas Gustafsson, unheralded, but he shouldn't be. Only his 5th start since the Olympics. The Red Wings have won 38 games, and he has 16 of them. At the other end, Marc-Andre Fleury, much heralded, and he should be. 6 start in 7, 4 of them wins. Winningest goalie in the team's history, going for number 39 tonight. Chris Letang is back after missing 26 to a stroke. Recently returned for Detroit to take the opening face-off is Pavel Datsyuk, who last night in Buffalo played 20 minutes and was marvelous yet again. It is chipped back for Letang's first pass in over 2 months that he gets back again from Rob Scuderi. Tangled up in Stempniak, pushed on now for Datsyuk to play behind. Closed off but not hit by Tanner Glass. Puck escapes ahead, trying to get it with Franzen. Pushed back over for Brandon Sutter, and his shot was blocked down by Nicholas Kronwall. Kronwall run into by Lee Stempniak and sent down to the ice. Gets back up and seems to be okay.
Kronwall kind of put himself in that position, Doc. He held on to the puck, and next thing you know, here comes a Penguin finishing a check on him. Just that slight hesitation. Now, Kronwall's got it. He can move it to his partner behind the net. He waits, and here comes Lee Stempniak. Good, clean, hard hit. Not very often you get Kronwall into one of those spots there.
That's the underappreciated part of Lee Stempniak's game. He can hit you when he has first-man pressure like that. He's very good at it.
This one is popped up high off of Danny DeKeyser, spun back on and sent back to the point. Paul Martin with a shot. It's blocked down in front by Lashoff, and then can be corralled and started back out again. Ooh, and then Legwand boomed into by Kunitz. Follow up by Legwand. Scooped on back for DeKeyser. Drags away from the help that was coming from Quincy, and so this has to be slowed by Gustafsson. Then DeKeyser, then across. Luke Glendening was run into by Kunitz. There is crashing all around, most of it from Penguins. Miller fed in front. Oh, and a shot that wouldn't go. And a try for Kunitz to pass across. And it is rescued by Kindle and popped further.
Oh, what a great pass there from Drew Miller.
What a great chance for David Legwand. You're absolutely right, Eddie, but Legwand, he wants that one back.
Here's a turnover now for Tatar. Gave it on to Nyquist, and a shot is held by Fleury.
You got Brooks Orpik and Thomas Tatar going at it. There's the missed hit. Miller wins the battle on Brooks Orpik, and there's that pass right to David Legwand, and you see Fleury moving right to left.
Mike Babcock was talking about how much he's enjoying watching Glendening, Miller, and Legwand play, and they're going to be in a specialist role, more of a checking role, as Riley Sheahan gets to play with the offensive wingers, Tatar and Nyquist. They're on the ice now.
Off this tie-up, it's Tatar again, and another save Fleury.
Give Martin a little assist there as well with that chance from Legwand. Might have went off of Martin's stick before it got to Fleury.
Gustafson threw that one along away from Ryan Gibbons, and so it's Tatar around behind. And Gibbons tried to pull the trigger on one that did not work. Able to punch it back in deep and scurries behind to play it. Gibbons wanted to center, but that one was denied by the checking of Tatar. And then Jokinen intercedes, gets help to play it onto the back. Lobbed right back along again by Mata, and then it's whipped on goal, and Gustafson decides he's had enough, and there's going to be a penalty coming up. It is to Gibbons.
Nice stick from Brian Gibbons. Comes up into the face of Jakob Kindle. Not known for this kind of play from Brian Gibbons. He's more of those silky smooth, cerebral players. The product of Boston College and the Salisbury School. You see the right side of your screen comes right up into the face of Jakob Kindle.
The Red Wings, with a mixed cast over the home stretch here, have been good on the power play lately. 4 for 18, not bad. It's kept across now to Franzen, and his shot was turned back out again by Fleury. Handed on for the clear back down, and Cronwall will retreat to play. A high stick to Gibbons at 2:11. Penguins have killed off 10 straight power plays in recent games. Walked on by Cronwall, played ahead for Datsuk, magically works it in and got it on to Franzen, tucked on to Nyquist. Nyquist able to pivot, has Franzen at the back and hands it to him. Franzen on a cross, Cronwall with it there. Datsuk nearby takes it. Datsuk twists back, Cronwall walks, and lets a shot go that's saved by Fleury. Rebound twisted along by Nyquist, and then cleared but not out. It ricocheted right back for the take again by Franzen. Handed to Cronwall, spirited on to Datsuk. Datsuk on back, settled down by Franzen, given to Cronwall, shaken back through as it went away from Datsuk's reach, but is gotten by Legwand. Then to Datsuk, tried to work it across and it's blocked by Fleury. Closed off was Orpik, taken by Datsuk, led to the back, Cronwall a shot, and that ricocheted off the leg of Paul Martin. Jabbed on up the boards, and Sutter is able to make them chase.
Good sequence from Martin and a real good sequence for Orpik there, Eddie and Doc.
It's like it's on a string with Detroit on their power play sometimes, isn't it? Well, fancy to watch as DeKaiser marches ahead with this one. Second wave is out on this power play now. They try for Riley Sheahan. Bumped off, though, by Letang and cleared along. Big drive by Alfredson is blocked aside. It was tipped and then ricocheted off Fleury. Jabbed onto the other side, and now it's DeKaiser walking and turning it back over. Yurko fed one. Shot, save, Fleury again. Picked up by Stepniak and cleared. A half dozen total shots on goal in the game, all of them for the visitors. Smith a pass, and it was blocked down by Luke Glendening, and then played on out to center, where it is Kunitz stepping ahead. Penalty time is up. Gustafson there, passed it on along, sent on by Quincy, collared by Helm, followed up by Smith, given on to Helm, backhanded in for Miller, and around again it is Niskanen, but also there was Fleury, and he got jammed up. Miller tried to feed one, it was off Bada, and then along the boards jabbed away by him from Helm. Turned along to Drew Miller again. Already he's had a good game. Then Helm around behind. Chased off there. It's jabbed along by Niskanen. Settled down for Niskanen to throw back along and follow through and get it out as far as center.
Nice play there by Bo Bennett to get that puck back to Niskanen to clear the zone.
So held by Smith. Elevator to cross to Quincy. Hunted down by Jokinen. Up the boards, but away from Pyatt and corralled by Letang. Since the World Series, the Penguins have had these 6 defensemen together for 2 games. This is the second one. The other one was in late January. That's not very many. Cleared all the way back down the ice, and it will go for an icing.
Now, a lot of opportunities for the Detroit Red Wings on that last power play. Here's one of them. Cross box feed, and a great chance for Thomas Tatar. Marc-Andre Fleury shuts the door. Riley Sheahan there for a rebound.
Well, watch what ends up happening. The puck is here, but watch Gustav Nyquist in front of the net. Watch him push off on Brooks Orpik. Easily could have been a penalty there. It was a 2-on-0 in front of Marc-Andre Fleury. Made a smart play by Nyquist if you get away with it.
Orpik is shot, and that one's deflected just wide. Taken along to the backside. Pyatt, a little back pass, careened on back from Jokinen to Martin. A head fake there, and then he walks. Drops it back on for Neal. Neal battled there with Smith, whacked at him with a stick, but it's Franzen able to gallop ahead. Johan Franzen peels off to the outside, looks over his options, decides that's a good one. It's Kronwall dishing one off the stick of Datsyuk, and it's played back out by the Penguins.
What a play by Franzen there.
Escaping now is Sutter! Oh, and it wouldn't go! May have gone after the pipe. Either the iron came up big or Gustafsson did. It is Kronwall dishing it on back.
It's the best I've seen Brandon Sutter play since he's been in the National Hockey League the last couple of weeks. He's been really solid for Pittsburgh.
Tatar's shot was deflected to the glass, lifted along by Sutter, kept by Kindle, and flopped off the corner boards. Can be corralled now by Martin. Martin able to play one ahead, Payroll to move it ahead. Only in his second NHL game, and they love him here. 6'3", 220 pounds, a strong shot according to Dan Bylsma, and a fierce competitor who hits well. That makes him popular in Pittsburgh or in any other town.
Give John Hines and Alan Nazardine, the coaches in the American Hockey League, a lot of credit for developing a lot of these young Penguin players.
Here's a feed, and Crosby tried and then backhanded one. The second time it skittered wide, and right after it, Glendening was canceled out by Crosby, and then fanning on that one, Bennett. A drive by Mata, and that ricocheted off the pad of Gustafsson. So now Legwand dished one into some trouble, though it is brought back along by Glendening, and then he's elbowed out of the play at center in a rugged hit from Bo Bennett. Nicely through now to Crosby, who motors on. Feeds it on for Bennett. Tough play to make. Rattled it on around behind, and Smith takes it there and is run into with effectiveness by Kunitz. All this body work, do you think this is a message just in case they play in the playoffs? It has been noticeable by the Penguins from the very beginning of the game. 7.5 plays.
That's what Justin Abdelkader was telling me before the game started. They're playing this like it's going to be a playoff matchup.
Could very well be as early as Wednesday of next week. Along it comes now to Helm. Helm able to hoist one out to center that flops near Letang, nudged along and away from Yurko. Brought back ahead, Perrell tries to move it further, cannot, and then it's punched right back in by Craig Adams. Pivoting with it is Kronwall. Kronwall jabbed one on, pushed further by Yurko, settled down and thrown by Adams, and it popped to the corner. Non-stop play here in the first. Helm with a pass that skittered ahead. Alfredson fires it in and comes to the bench for an obedient change.
Out of the exits for Detroit out of their own zone at 5-on-5 have been through the middle of the ice.
What do you think of that?
Well, Penguins are taking away the board, so they're just coming up the open area of the ice.
Just like that time.
Dangerous play.
Played on by DeKeyser. Datsyuk collides with a man. It's walked across by Martin, and Martin protects it well and drops it to the corner. Around it kicks for Gustafsson to play back up for DeKeyser, and then along it's sent to center and off of Abdelkader. So Orpik circle to circle across to Paul Martin and right back to Brooks Orpik again. Nearing the halfway point of the first period. Orpik with a pass that sails down and goes for an icing.
Well, Brandon Sutter, speed to the outside. There's Paul Martin, quick little play from James Neal, and he gets outside, cuts in, and on the back end, yeah, Doc, as you mentioned, right off the post and behind Gustafsson.
You won't see Danny DeKeyser lose many of those foot race situations. Got great lateral mobility right there. He just got beat clean by Brandon Sutter, who had 2 great goals against Colorado in the Penguins' last game in Colorado, 3-2 shootout win.
And this is rifled back in by Kindle. Thank you, Edzo, for protecting me on that call. I felt strongly both ways, goalie or post. Couldn't be anything else, so I hedged my bets. This is swatted along by Nyquist. Careened on back, but is rescued and thrown back off again by Smith. Now then, Niskanen, one of the leading plus-minus players in the league, hands this one along, and Crosby is able to march right back along with it. Twisting goes down, skids into the boards, and the play continues behind. Back to Crosby, back to his feet, led it onto the point. Mata with it there. Wrist one that's snagged and held carefully by Gustafsson. 10:27 to go. First period of play. The shots are 7-2 Detroit. We have no score. Call Star NHL to download NHL Game Center and get a free premium upgrade only on Verizon. Enjoy exclusives like free live NBC national games. Never be without hockey. Fed behind, and Kronwall. Legwand dished it back out. Flying ahead is Miller, played it back in, and then was jostled off by Mata. Nicely poked along by Niskanen to Mata. Close quarters, handed it ahead, and right out they march. Stempniak took that pass from Sutter, drilled it back in, and went in after it with Lashaw. Knife behind by Glass, taken along by Kindle, floated on through Glendening, and at center it is Mata again. The teenager gave it across to Niskanen and dropped it on back. This defense has 3,000 games almost of experience. Mata the only one with under 100. This is thrown off the waffle board of Fleury by Helm. Helm at the half boards to dig it out. Jostles there with Stempniak. Close quarters battle. Stempniak reached it, but it popped on free. Jostled was Alfredsson, coming by Yurko. Rams into his man, and around behind it's dragged by Sutter. And then he is run into by Helm. It's turned right back to him. Helm set it up to Alfredsson. Alfredsson a shot, getting a piece of it was Fleury. They score off the rebound. A Joe Louis Arena bounce. Yurko gets the goal.
Well, good work by the Detroit Red Wings, and Daniel Alfredsson gets this puck in an opportunity to let it go in one time, but it's not right in his wheelhouse. But the shot comes out and takes a crazy bounce stock, and how often do we say, you want to score, get to the front of the net? That's what Yurko does.
One of the reasons why they brought Daniel Alfredsson over, because he's not afraid to take shots. He takes a high, hard one there, and Thomas Yurko jumps on the second chance opportunity.
The glass causes rebounds, part of the reason it's there to protect the fans, but also generating a favorable bounce for Detroit that time as Gustafsson comes out and forced it away. A sprawling then was Crosby, played on to Franzen. One more point in the standings, and Detroit has made it 23 Stanley Cup playoff appearances in a row. The points can become elusive sometimes, but they earned 2 of them in Buffalo last night, walking on Martin, and that turned aside by Kronwall.
Boy, that was very close to being offside.
Abdelkader drags it ahead, surrounded by Penguins, played it back in. Ooh, and then he was carried off by Kunitz, and he doesn't like that much. And the 2 of them pawing and shoving at one another, and they are going to continue to stand. One of the linesmen gets in between.
Yeah, that's David Brisebois, the lineman that got in between. Ferris State versus Michigan State, Doc, right there.
Well, the alumni associations would probably send him a lot of mail, but I think they've forgotten about that, at least for the moment. Gee, that was getting a little vicious there. Edward Jones FaceTime. Pierre's with Penguins head coach Dan Bilesma.
When you get a player like Christopher Letang back, what are you looking for in terms of performance when you're measuring it right now?
Well, he's been out for, I think, over 20 games here. Just getting him back after all the experience he's had with the stroke, just getting him back on the ice, getting him back playing. I don't know if where you expect him to be at as a group, but he's back out there. It's good to have him out there.
What's one thing you like to see your team do differently here in the first period?
Well, we gave up the power play, and they got a lot of shots from it, but we just haven't hit the net with our opportunities. We've had 3 or 4 real good chances. We haven't gotten pucks on the cage in this guy yet.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
We get a penalty coming up here, and the call is a stick hold, and it is going to be a Penguin coming off.
Jussi Jokinen takes his man to the net after he loses a face-off clean, and he tackles him, so he takes the right guy, but Dan Biles was not going to like that penalty. So you lose a draw clean, puck comes back, and you see Darren Helm, who's trying to get free. His stick is being held by Jussi Jokinen because Darren Helm beats him to the net.
Skating right into the lap there of Eric Furlat. Easy call made.
Time of that, 11:45 on the stick hold, and working hard is Adams, but it's kept by Franzen, punched across by Datsuk, and it's Kronwall walking on. Kronwall hands back to Franzen. Then Datsuk. Nyquist twists it across. Datsuk with it there, and a rising shot blocked down by Fleury. Guarding the door for Detroit was Legwand, and it's sent back out for the walk-on by Sutter. Delays, gains the zone, chews up time, and drops it in.
Nice pass there from Nyquist to Datsuk with that last opportunity on the power play.
Helped on back now for Kronwall, laid on across to Datsuk. Fed it on over, and here flies Nyquist with it. Nyquist just turning. Datsuk forced it back across. Legwand protects it there. Nearing the halfway point of this power play, as Legwand glides on, fed it behind, and it's Nyquist turning. Inside the box is Datsuk. Puck fed to the back. Kronwall a drive. Deflected by Datsuk. Stopped by Martin. While falling, played it back, but it was outside, and so offside is called.
Talk about how the Red Wings are exiting their zone at even strength. Now look at the Penguins. They're taking away this area. So we've seen about 4 or 5 times where the Red Wing defensemen have looked up the middle of the ice. They exit the zone, and what ends up happening about 35 seconds later is they put the puck into the back of the net. So something to keep an eye on at 5-on-5 for the Red Wings when coming out of their own zone on a forecheck against the Penguins.
Yurko, his 8th. Alfredson with 1 assist. We will get the official for you eventually. 10:41 the time of that as the power play is down to the last 3/4 of a minute, and Letang is able to twist one on. Help came from Scuderi. Back up the boards, booted on by Alfredson. The follow-up while skidding down Scuderi, lobbed on to center, and this grabbed off now by DeKeyser. He's got Yurko out there with him, and Tatar. A lot of future here, isn't there? Along with Daniel Alfredson, the wily veteran, and it's cleared away from his reach and down for Gustafson.
He brings the average age up a few years there.
It's like myself getting on an aircraft anymore. Brought on by DeKeyser, and he drifts a little bit. He's got Sutter watching him, and so he's going to peel back. 8 seconds to go on this power play. Kaiser nudges on, roaring back out with it now is Miller. Miller able to guide it back to the far side, and then he's taken off there by Mata. Boy, that guy plays wonderful defense, doesn't he? A first-year guy. Played in London of the OHL for a couple of years with Dale Hunter in the gang. This is he again, and he spins it safely behind for Niskanen. Niskanen scaled it off the short glass, and gliding ahead now is Sutter. Moving back ahead with Bo Bennett. It's in deep, and after it is Smith. Poked on off of Sutter, grabbed by Crosby, and sent to the point. Mata moves on and fires one, getting a piece of it. Gustafson piling over him was Bennett, and it's forced on now to Helm. Helm at center, punched it back in. And so with 5.5 to go in the first period, the Red Wings owning a 1-0 lead and out shooting the Penguins right now at 12-3. They are by far the more desperate team for the reasons of the standings, and they are not yet assured a playoff berth. With a point tonight, they will be, but not sure yet. Angled on by Paul Martin. Chipped further off of Jokinen. Thrown along, and Martin with a diving play, and then along comes Neal, fed it across, and it's reached by Datsuk. Took the hit that was coming there from Payroll, and back down it goes for an icing that is waved off. Under 5 minutes to go. Brooks Orpik gliding right ahead with it. Orpik able to pitch it back in and then goes right after it. Gustafson had to wait till it crossed the line. Decides I better get back to my crease as they spar for it. Payroll had it knifed away. Played back on by Neal. Neal shoved it behind. Payroll turns to the outside. Checked by Kindle, but not until he released to Neal. Up the boards. Floated safely out by Tatar. Sent across now to Brooks Orpik. The Boston College product laid it ahead. Jokinen deals with it there and guided one in front that's fidgeted down by Sheahan. Played right back again for Jokinen. Reaching in is Stempniak, but Jokinen prevails and on back for the pitch move by Scuderi. Kindle connected. Sheahan ahead, and it went off of Nyquist and back to center. The shots remain 12-3. Kindle to play this one and bumped into by Stempniak. Helm able to glide ahead, has Yurko with him, 2-on-2. Letang with the reach. Helm pivots, dips the shoulder, let a shot go that careened out in front, was helped away by Pyatt, punched on by Scuderi, nicely corralled by Adams, and ahead for Pyatt, who tried to chop it past Smith. No sail. Punched right back ahead, and here comes Yurko trying to get by. Spins, he's got Alfredsson in front, but he couldn't take the pass and shoot at the same time, and it's cleared.
What a great effort there from Yurko to be able to knock that puck out of midair just outside the blue line, create the chance, and understand where Daniel Alfredsson was on the other side of the ice. Talked about it in the open, Doc. One of the reasons why the Red Wings have been able to be in the playoff hunt is because the impact of their young players stepping in. Yurko, Nyquist, Glendening. And there's that terrific play. No shot on goal, but just the presence of mind to be able to stay with that puck and win that battle to create a possible opportunity.
No icing on this, and so the clock moves to the smaller numbers down. 3:15 to go in the first period, and weaving his way along for the big blast was De Keyser. It's kicked to the corner. Around behind, Paul Martin reaching that. He's had a good defensive game for Pittsburgh already. You mentioned Sutter earlier, Pierre. I would say the second of the two Penguins who've been the most remarkable so far would be Martin.
Agreed.
And along comes Datsuk and played on for Glendening. Canceled out by Martin, but he persists and dropped it back in. Orpik there, punched along again for Kunitz. Fed close quarters, and it's Miller knifing it on for Glendening. And then to center for Kronwall.
Doc, you know, I was looking at it earlier today. Paul Martin, drafted by the New Jersey Devils. Of all the things he's done in his career, very few Devils ever get drafted by the team and never play in the American Hockey League. That's the one thing. He's never played a game in the American Hockey League. Scotty Gomez is another guy that did it for New Jersey. Scotty Niedermayer a third. But not a lot of guys. Even Brodeur and Parise played in the American Hockey League.
We could probably arrange for some bus exhaust for them to get an idea of what that might be like. Here's Tatar working in deep. But they do have buses in the NHL just to get from the plane along to the hotel.
It's hard to avoid Lou Yu, though, when you get drafted by New Jersey. Lou Yu is playing in the American Hockey League for Lou Lamoriello. He wants you to learn how to be a player.
Good enough. This is held around behind now by Brendan Smith in the last minute and 45 seconds. Is weaving on now is Nyquist, able to gain the zone. Nyquist with a shot turned aside by Fleury, settled down by Mata, defended by Tatar, taken away by Nyquist to Tatar. That one careened on back now for Lashoff. Lashoff can hold and backhand it in. Along to play it is Niskanen, run off by Tatar. Sheahan reaching in along with Jokinen. Jokinen pivots and hands on to Mata. And Mata with a carom shot off the boards that's knifed down by Kindle, played to the Lashoff corner, and way out to get it was Gustafsson and force it back down. And it's an icing. Inside the glass, here's Pierre.
Well, Doc, we've been talking about Eddie's been talking about the puck coming through the middle. The other thing Detroit's doing, they're playing hard. You talked about the urgency. Here's an example of urgency. Eddie showed that Nyquist on Brooks Orpik. You see hard on the boards, one-on-one, good puck pursuit from Johan Franz, and take it to make a play. If you're Drew Miller, get it out front to David Legwand. Detroit's playing with a lot more urgency right now. Here's another example. Look at Yurko against Martin.
They would love to be in a position, Detroit, to give a well-earned rest to some of the players who have had the most ice time and most responsibility in a difficult time. It has not been an easy year. They have fought to win 9 of the last 14. But they might be able to do that if they get a win here tonight. This is punched on across now, and Yurko flings one that's blocked carefully away by Fleury. Orpik gets that and wanted to play along to Crosby, but it's a two-a-side battle in the last 35. Forced by Yurko, out in front, and it couldn't be handled by Datsuk, but good by Bo Bennett.
That was a dangerous play by Crosby, and now there's going to be a penalty here. Looks like on Quincy.
Oh, and a save by Gustafsson. Quincy very unhappy at the call, but was lured almost out of the play and protested.
He earned this one with the free hand onto the shoulder of Bo Bennett. And the one thing Mike Babcock and his staff knows, Bo Bennett out of the University of Denver, great hockey sense. Watch the free hand come in and then around and just haul him down. Yeah.
There you see Quincy waving at the at the referee, talking about a possible dive.
Call is a hold. And the power play on for the Penguins. Walked on across. Second best power play in the league. Crosby a shot blocked down and Fish back down the ice in the last 10. Hustling out his Fleury, giving his team a chance for one more shot. Niskanen in the pass. Kunitz tips across. Could not be handled by Neal. Could by Miller, and that'll do it. There will be 1 minute and 40 seconds of power play time to the Penguins when the second period begins. Shots were 13 for the Penguins in that first period, and they remove Pittsburgh's total from the scoreboard very quickly. Coming up on the Lexus Intermission Report, Liam, Keith, and Hansen on the Jackets and Stars push for the playoffs, plus Alex Galchenyuk injured. 13 shots to 4 in favor of Detroit. Goals 1-0 in favor of Detroit. 20 minutes played, that's where we stand.
Sports you love. NBC Sports Live Extra. Anytime, anywhere.
Don't settle for a slow computer. Just go to mycleanpc.com to get your free computer diagnosis. First, we'll tell you what's slowing down your computer. Then activate the mycleanpc.com software to optimize your computer performance.
I got a free diagnosis for my computer, and they told me exactly what was wrong with it.
My computer is running faster and smoother than it ever has before.
My computer is 100% faster.
Get your free computer diagnosis at mycleanpc.com.
It's inspiring, breathtaking, and gut-wrenching. It's unpredictable. It divides us. It unites us. Because when you get closer to the action and closer to the moments that matter, you get closer to the sports you love. The NBC Sports Network.
The push for the playoffs are down to the final days. Saturday on NBC, Sidney Crosby and the Penguins are looking to knock down their heated rivals from Philly.
My goodness!
But Giroux and the Flyers won't go down without a fight. Then at night on NBCSN, the Stanley Cup champion Blackhawks take on the Predators. The push for the playoffs continues Saturday with Flyers Penguins on NBC. Then Blackhawks Predators at night on NBCSN.
The NHL on NBCSN is brought to you by Lexus and their pursuit of perfection. By E-Trade, are you type E? And by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the game's most refreshing beer. Here in Pittsburgh, the Penguins will have 100 seconds of a power play at the start. Let's look at the Coors Light cold hard facts, and they pertain to Gus. Debuted November 21st, 37 points in the last 31, and since January 20th, nobody in the league has scored 23 goals. That guy.
Well, you wonder where the Red Wings might be with Gustav Nyquist being with the big club all season long, Doc. Only 54 games played. Salary cap issues, the big reason why that Nyquist was not a part of the team to start the season. And nobody scoring more goals since the end of January than Gustav Nyquist. But they've had a big impact of young players. Glendening taking the face off there. Sheahan, Tatar, Yurko. Made the Red Wings a much quicker team as well with those young legs.
Well, David Brisebois had to bail out of that clear end that was very effective by the Red Wings, especially in his category. Dropped off now for Crosby to march ahead. Crosby tried to shake through, nicely got it over to Neal, then sent across. Kunitz's shot, and that one wouldn't go. Around it comes now from Paul Martin, bashed it around behind, rolls on to Kunitz, and he's got a man at the point to play to. Niskanen can't get it there, spiked it onto the corner, and DeKeyser plays it there. Kronwall got a little help and is clearing one that ricocheted on off a skate back to Martin, slugged one on to Crosby, and Crosby delays, and Martin tries to cover, brushed it along neatly, and then pushed it right on back and kept play alive. Then it's given back to Martin again, walks it across and hands over to Niskanen. Niskanen twists, Martin plays it. Drive, and that one deflected wide, chopped on by Glendening, and played further by Martin. Martin lays it across now to Crosby. 40 to go power play. Big shot was wide of the short side. Looked like there was an opening there.
Gustafson never saw that with the screen of Kunitz, and then also James Neal with a little bit of a flyby.
Here's Niskanen, deep slot in a drive, is cut right off and thrown along by DeKeyser and then blasted back down.
Value of Drew Miller. Just an amazing journeyman player that shows up every single game.
Here's Jokinen pushing one ahead, knifed down by the high stick of Smith, so the Red Wings can't play. The Penguins do, and this will take care of the power play with 2 to go. Carried right back ahead now and played on by Bo Bennett. Bennett delays, looks, and still delays to the back. A shot was dubbed there by Mata, grabbed off by Jokinen, couldn't push it through. It hit a couple of Red Wing legs.
Good stick there from Lashoff as well.
Carried on by Helm and slipped on through for the play by Quincy. Tumbling down was Letang as this is set up by Fleury. Racing on with it now is Mata. Mata able to lob it right back into the corner, and it bounces free for Smith. Smith jabbed it on. Datsuk took it there. Pavel Datsuk floated it ahead, knifed back to him by Stepniak, so he gives it over to Smith. Shoved ahead for Yurko and down for an icing. For 40 years, the Verizon IndyCar Series has been burning rubber at Long Beach. It's all horsepower and palm trees. The Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach, Sunday at 4 Eastern on NBC SN. They have had impressive times here in Pittsburgh despite over 500 man games missed, a record for the team. A shot is off Gustafson. Second in team history, 50 wins this year. And only the 92-93 team outdid them. And they were healthy most of the time. Bouncer came on back for Martin again. Nice reach and a scoop one out to center. Yurko pushed it off the stick of Datsuk and in.
That team won the President's Trophy. Might have been the best of those three. 91, 92 Stanley Cups. 93 team might have been the best team.
Rattled off the corner boards and around behind now for Gustafson. Delays and then backhands it up the boards. Rushing to get there was Scuderi. He arrived in time, but maybe he didn't. They say, no, it was not held in, and so we get a stoppage of play. Inside the glass, here's Pierre.
One of the great stories in the National Hockey League is taking place tonight. Christopher Letang coming back from the stroke. Eddie and Doc talked about it. Let's see how he's done so far. One-on-one situation against Riley Sheahan, not so bad. This time with Thomas Yurko, he loses body position. Understandable with the rust on him. This time a little bit better, battling with Thomas Yurko, holding his ground. There's a little bit of rust on him, but he's starting to get better as we go along here.
Yeah, you can practice and train all you want, but that timing aspect of getting back into it.
That's a strong answer by Gustafson on a wrister from Crosby, and then Sheahan pitches it ahead, and a bouncer, and after it is Tatar. Hustles back down and arrived first. Tatar pivots, looks it over, and dropped it off now to DeKeyser. Swoops right on, and a shot blocked by Fleury, paddled out of the way, and poked to the corner by Pyatt. Grabbed off there and trying to push it along was DeKeyser, slammed wide by Tatar, and it bounced on for the shunt back as far as center by Pyatt, and then Tatar was run into by Payroll, and it is held by Fleury.
Oh, there's a good hustle from Thomas Tatar from our Wendy's RoboCam, negating the icing call. Quick little stop, gets back, buys some time, gets his puck to Danny DeKeyser, and DeKeyser with the shot. Big rebound given up, but you see strength in numbers there for the Penguins in front of Marc-Andre Fleury.
Off the tie-up, brushed on back now to Smith, and Smith is able to walk on and drop it over. Here's Helm with a shot. Oh, he tried top left, and that one hit the glass. Rattled around behind, and it's Helm turning again. Helm up the boards, gotten by Alfredsson, and switched back down. There'll be no icing here. 4 minutes gone as of now in the second period of a game that the Red Wings need a point from to guarantee a playoff berth this year. Alfredsson able to finesse ahead. They are in the lead on Yurko's goal from Alfredsson and Helm at 10:41 of the first. It is a 1-0 lead for them. The Penguins find this game just another one in the home stretch in which they play their last 3 at home. They cannot move up the standings, they cannot move down, but they have their 6 best defensemen together for only the second time since late October. Injuries have caused those problems. Quincy up the boards. Glass saw it go off his stick. It's on back to Martin again. Martin trying to dance away from Miller, able to pull away and then guide a pass to Neal, quickly right back to Martin again. Martin to the outside, shooting one that's directed wide, as reaching in was DeKeyser. Then he tumbles down, and the puck swung off of Sutter and grabbed off by Martin. Martin dealt it on further to Neal. Neal a shot, and that deflected to the glass.
A couple of times now, Gustafson's come out of his net, tried to help out with the puck, and it's become an adventure. Well, we want to just stay inside that blue paint, worry about stopping the puck.
Glendening brings it ahead. University of Michigan product holds through traffic and guides it to the back. Kronwall with a shot, and it went wide. Bumped a bit was Fleury. Pumped along by Smith. Gotten by Legwand. Rolled it right back, hoping for Glendening, but instead it's taken back up by Orpik. Run off by Glendening, the guy with the tremendous compete factor that his coach likes. This is brought ahead by Lee Stempniak. St. Lawrence product rolled it back. Oh, I'm sorry, Dartmouth. Rolled it back in, and it's taken on by Smith.
Well, they're both in the same league, Doc, so they're all going to be happy.
Right.
Bobby Gaudette at Dartmouth says thanks.
Handed on now by Kunitz and laid on back.
Bobby Gaudette, the coach who coached Tanner Glass there, and Lee Stempniak.
Glass is the leading hitter on this team. Crosby a shot, and it got the glass. A toe drag wrister, carried back ahead by Abdelkader. Given on by Bronson, laid ahead for Datsuk. Dropped back for a shot that went wide from Kronwall. Glancing off a Penguin. Thrown in front by Bronson. Battled for and pitched to the glass by Letang. Bo Bennett brings it ahead. Looks for Crosby and Kunitz. Gave it to Crosby, but it's an offside play with 13:37 to go. Second period of play. School's out, at least at Dartmouth. 1-0 Red Wings.
Lee McHugh with the game break. Detroit, 1 point for them, and they're in the postseason. For Columbus, if they pick up 2 points, they're in taking on Dallas up 2-0. Tim Thomas gives up a super soft goal to Mark Letestu. That makes it 3-0, Doc, in a big game for both of those clubs.
Well, and Keith Jones was talking about the goalie choice as this is thrown right back in, and so turning with this is Mata. Then Niskanen. Niskanen again. Jab loose. Battle by Sheahan. And pushed back up the boards for the carry back out by Gibbons. Gibbons sized up there. Tried to pull it on through to Kaiser. Sent around behind and now can be taken by Quincy. Then Sheahan. Niskanen nearly with an ambush. Nearly the operative word. Sheahan pushed it across and almost in trouble. Almost the operative word as Jokinen almost was free. Tatar gives it on now to DeKeyser and ahead for the walk-on by Sheahan. Pivoting in some traffic. Sheahan able to jab it around. Oh, was he ever run into there by Mata. Puck fed back up the boards, and Kindle will step to that one. Kindle must slow at center, though, as he didn't arrive in time. 7:20 gone. Second period of play. A lot at stake here for Detroit. They want to seal this up as this is thrown back out and secure a playoff berth. The Penguins long ago had one. Lobbed right back in deep. Niskanen turning with it there. Back up the boards. It's pushed away from the stick of Yurko. Fed back along by Pyatt. Taylor Pyatt moving back. Payroll run into there. Able to drop it on back for Pyatt. Pushed on, but off the stick of Adams. Yurko able to bring it ahead. Along with Helm and also with Daniel Alfredson right now. It's Helm giving it across, and Smith a shot, and a nice flex move by Fleury, who is angry at Alfredson.
Eddie, I got to tell you, the Detroit defensemen really communicating well with the forwards. We've seen a lot of Detroit defensemen jumping in and getting really good passes from the forwards.
That second and third wave, such an important part of creating and sustaining offense. Cronwall's had a couple of real good looks. That last opportunity, heads up play there from Darren Helm.
Racing back is Smith, rifling it on, and it popped on out for Miller, fed it through to Glendening, nudged it on, hoping for Legwand, but instead Stempniak. So Kronwall retrieves yet again, and a penalty coming up here. What have we?
It's going to be on Glendening for interfering with Tanner Glass as Glass was getting in on the forecheck. And Glendening just goes and makes contact. All he's got to do is just keep skating. Mirror what Tanner Glass is doing. Once you initiate that contact, the referee's looking right at you. It's going to be a call every time. You understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to buy some time for the defenseman going back to pick up the puck. But in that situation, he got a little bit too physical.
A lot of coaches around the league call that the Detroit brush. Glendening got caught that time
Detroit is so good at buying time for their defensemen by establishing body position.
Another power play on for the Penguins here in this 1-0 game. Detroit ahead, and it is Miller sailing it back down and fielded on the hop by Fleury.
Great help there from Drew Miller to come all the way down with Lashoff and Quincy below the goal line. The puck popped out. He went all the way down, skated about 20 feet, and airmailed it all the way.
Crosby gains the zone, flipped it on to Neal.
Well, what a beautiful entry for the Penguins. Sidney Crosby, lots of time. Lashoff moves all the way over, and then what a backhand pass. An area pass by Sidney Crosby, and James Neal does the rest.
Up and over Lashoff, and then the composure by James Neal going right around Gustafsson to make it a 1-1 game. Slick, poised, polished, and what a finish.
Unassisted by number 87, Sidney Crosby.
Paul Martin gets the secondary assist. Crosby the primary on Neal's 25th. For Neal, it is his 10th power play goal. 9:03 the elapsed time. So it is even. It is brought on by Franzen, handed over to Sutter. But gotten and dropped off by Datsuk, and Franzen drifting with it now. Had it poked away by Orpik, fed on to Datsuk. Controlling, trying to get through the phone booth. Cannot. It is held then and played along for a shot by Smith that is stopped and then eventually covered through a screen by Fleury. There is some drama building for the visiting team. Not nearly so much for the home team. But it is a 1-1 tie. And Franzen looks out at the face-off that will involve Sheahan for his team. It is won by Jokinen and then Mata. De Keyser gave it across to Quincy. Banged it ahead, but it's cut off and fed on back. Couldn't be touched by Niskanen, but can by Mata. To Niskanen. Run off there by Sheahan. Turnaround shot by Tatar is into the glove of Fleury.
A good forecheck there by the Red Wings, and talked a lot about it in this game, how the Red Wings are exiting through the middle of the ice. Well, Matti Niskanen tries to go through the middle of the ice. Here comes pressure, little reverse. Now pressure, try to get it through the middle, and that's when I talk about it being a dangerous play now. Wasn't a hard shot, but certainly when you try to pass the puck and exit through the middle of the ice, you better be 110% sure with those exits, and you don't want to be making those backhand passes through the middle of the ice, especially when you got somebody trying to put you into the third row.
He tries to make it to a center iceman that's usually a winger, Jussi Jokinen, and that usually is Evgeny Malkin there, not Jussi Jokinen, but you're right, dangerous play.
Out of a 5-man scrum, it's taken on by Martin. Sailed off the glass, played there by Bennett, given up to Quincy and floated back. So Thomas Vokoun is with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Mr. O, what do you make of that?
A big hit there, Datsuk on Crosby. First off, it's a great thing to see Thomas Vokoun back, taking some shots, and look, you can never have enough experience when it comes playoff time, and certainly for the Penguins in goal, be a big boost for them to have, but there's no doubt Marc-Andre Fleury's the man moving forward for the Penguins.
Crosby battling for this, pushed it on through, but Smith got there, floated one ahead. Miller offside. Because as we know, without goaltending, you got no shot. You're watching Wednesday Night Rivalry presented by Coors Light. Edward Jones FaceTime. Pierre is with Red Wings head coach Mike Babcock.
Coach, what do you know about your team now that you didn't know at the beginning of the season?
Well, I mean, it's a way different team, obviously. We're way quicker, way harder than we were just because we got so many kids. You know, I like the way we're playing. I don't like to sort out on, I hate to give up free power play goals, but we're playing hard, and that's what we've done for a while now. We don't always play right, but we play hard.
Thanks very much, Coach.
Thank you.
He looks out at a defensive zone faceoff. that Glendenning will try to win from Jokinen, and there's a little bit of extra nudging there, and so the warning from David Brisebois, the linesman.
A little bit of butting the heads there, Jokinen and Glendenning.
Ox Baker thrown high and wide of Letang, and back up the boards now. That's an archaic wrestler, but I'm sure Ox would be offended by that. Here is Letang holding. A little under 9 minutes to go in the second period. This one deflected back in, and Kronwall to go get it. Battled back along, and a feed by Legwand can be taken on by Smith. Sailed ahead for the block by Miller, but the control of Scuderi.
Smith makes a better pass, so the Red Wings have something going.
Jokinen trying to fight through. Kronwall said no. Smith takes over there. Throws one out off of Legwand and back in. Rattled on around and cut there by Helm, and Helm steams right back in for Detroit. Helm with a crossover move, and Scuderi was able to slow that down. Helm taking it back up the board and is able to pull away. Gave it on back to Kindle, forced it back for Helm. Grabbed by Scuderi, off of Helm, and he got it on back again. Kindle is shot, and it's shrugged down. Rebound, Yurko couldn't slam it through as sprawling was Letang. Then Sutter, then Letang. Tucked it back over. Sutter marches ahead. Shift change on for the Penguins as Sutter continues to work in the corner and picks up reinforcements. Taken along by Stempniak, drifting with it there, led it to the back for Niskanen, and he fired it on a round off Sutter. So now Kindle again. Run off by Stempniak. Reaches in to take it. A lot of extra help came, that time from Tatar and from Lashoff. Poked right back in again by Helm and retrieved by Niskanen. Run into by Helm, and it's played back off by Mata to center. With some speed, it's Kunitz moving in with a man breaking Bennett, and a shot is sealed up by Gustafsson, and play is stopped.
Well, the play was along the right wing board just inside the blue line, and next thing you know, the shot comes, and there's this big rebound given up by Marc-Andre Fleury, and here comes Thomas Jurko. Looked like he was going to make the pass over, but Letang with a real nice shot block there.
And you love this. Sidney Crosby's yelling at Bo Bennett, go to the net, go to the net. So Bennett goes to the net to try to create a seam for Kunitz to pass it to Crosby, but just the voice of Sidney Crosby overpowering with Bo Bennett heard it very well.
Abdelkader sees this one pushed on by Franzen and retrieved by Crosby and given on a cross. Then Orpik. Brought ahead by Bennett and stashed back in. Datsuk in deep. Bennett tried to feed one in front, but plenty of Red Wing reinforcements were there, including Quincy just back to his feet. That one sailed along for Crosby. Abdelkader after him. Crosby had it knifed away, but it's kept alive there by Martin, though given up to Quincy. Oh, Quincy almost had it stripped, but he's able to play it out to Abdelkader. Michigan State product, threw it to the corner. On the bounce, it's near Franzen. Punched up off the high glass and knifed down. Bennett reaching in, coming by Abdelkader to bother him. It sailed on out in a skyhook to Smith. Under 6.5 to go. It is a 1-1 tie. Neal from Crosby and Martin, answering Jurko from Alfredson and Helm. Nyquist with not much room. Played ahead, and that one directed on into some traffic by Sheahan. Pushed back by Nyquist. Tatar saw Orpik knock it away and then canceled with him, and reaching out was Fleury, and then Tatar knocked down. Kindle to punch it further. Sheahan couldn't go by, but it's pulled loose by Sheahan on second effort. Got it along to Tatar, trying to get to the front, fed it onto the back. Kindle settled it down, passed it on across, lash off a shot, hit the outside of the cage, and then is played on by Orpik, but he couldn't control. Nyquist tucked it in front. It came on across to Kindle, circled on around now to Tatar.
No stick for Paul Martin right now.
Kindle, a shot, he scores! Kindle! And it's 2-1, and Fleury is out to protest.
Well, Brooks Orpik took a piece of Riley Sheahan in front of the net. You just felt it was a matter of time. The Red Wings with a dominant shift. The Penguins stuck in their own zone for a good 45 seconds. But the battle, they won a lot of battles below the goal line. Watch in front of the net. Paul Martin has no stick. And his puck will be worked back to the point. And there you see the collision between Orpik and Sheahan. And once Sheahan realizes he can fall right on top of Fleury, he's going to go ahead. No chance for Fleury to stop that puck.
What a shot by Jakob Kindle. That's off the bar and in. I mean, that's through a maze of players and in. But you're right, Eddie. That's the most dominant shift we've seen from the Red Wings so far in this game. And it just started with their kids that Mike Babcock was talking about, Nyquist and Tatar going to work and dominating on the boards.
François Saint-Laurent has made sure everybody knows what the deal is here. It is up on the board as a second goal of the game for Detroit. Face-off back to center. Jakob Kindl, second of the year.
Hey, if you're a forward, you go to that area and you feel contact come from a defending player and you're near that goaltender, I mean, it's going to be one of those where it's accidentally on purpose and you fall into the goaltender. More times than not, the referees are going to see the contact going on. They're going to let it go, and that's exactly what's happened.
Miller shovels it off, taken on by Legwand and pushed on through Scuderi. Letang back to play this, cross-bodied by Legwand at the half boards, more Red Wings than Penguins. Forced onto the back now and taken on by Smith. Jab to the corner, Scuderi plowed into there by Legwand. Meanwhile, to a side, it's sent on for Drew Miller. Jammed one off the stick of Legwand at the front of the net. Stempniak turning with it there. Squibbed to the back and rattled on around by Kronwall. It is Miller pivoting and handing on back. Kronwall across, Smith with it there. Smith threw one that ricocheted off Letang's skate. Kronwall a drive, and that one is right back to him again. Another shot is blocked away.
That hits Sutter.
Glendening gets back to his feet. Legwand tried a turnaround shot. Glendening with it there. Sort of scrambly. Down low work that you were talking about, Eddie, on the part of Detroit, paying off for more chances. Here's one from Smith. Oh, and that one hit Sutter again. Beg your pardon, that was Tanner Glass who received that one. Now Sutter is there to take it.
Got some tired players on the ice right now for the Penguins. The Red Wings have made wholesale changes up front.
Have their best bunch out there. Abdelkader with it. Across now to Datsuk, and a shot is blocked away. Hustled down by Letang. Pulls it loose and slipped it, but not out. Franzen with a pass, back checked away by Glass. Nudged ahead for Stempniak, brushes it back, and gets to the bench.
Had 5 shot blocks there in that last sequence for the Penguins.
Long toss ahead, Datsuk forces on for Franzen, trying to drift free. Couldn't get a shot away because of Mata. Nudge back ahead, and Kunitz able to bring it on. Moves up with Crosby, and offside is called. 3:40 to go. Second period. It's Detroit 2, Pittsburgh 1. Mike Babcock's father, hospitalized in Saskatoon. He said, one of my lasting memories of a kid was driving with my dad to the open pit at the Leaf Rapids mine in Manitoba. He managed it. I said, Dad, how do you get the people here to work hard for you? I always remembered his answer. He said, son, you can never ask anybody to work harder than you work yourself. I learned a lot about work from my dad. Mike Babcock coached a team in Buffalo last night. They arrived at the hotel at 1. He was in here this morning to look at tape and do all of that at 8 o'clock. This one bounced on back now for Neal to slug back in. And a penalty coming up here. The call is a high stick, and they are going to check on Gibbons.
They're going to see if he's cut. He's not cut.
David Legwand looks like he's making the slow skate over to the penalty box.
So Legwand the high stick and a single minor for that.
And to keep it going, the Penguins are on.
Third consecutive power play for the Penguins.
Power play.
Glendening on the faceoff, gloved it away. It is sent on to the back now for Martin. Has Niskanen nearby, fed it on, and it's back to Niskanen now. Hands it over to Martin again. Then Niskanen with Neal nearby gives to him. Neal a drive.
Second goal of the period for James Neal, and I believe this goes off of Danny DeKeyser, who was going out to block this shot. Win the face-off, control the puck, and this is what separates the Penguins from a lot of teams in the league, is how lethal their power play is.
Yeah, if you're going to take penalties against them off the backside of Danny DeKeyser and by Jonas Gustafsson, if you're going to take penalties against Pittsburgh, they're going to light you up. You got to play discipline all the time.
Detroit, one of the least penalized teams in the NHL, but just enough tonight to be in trouble. Pittsburgh's power play is 2 for 3, second best in the entire league. Second best in the league in killing penalties, so their special teams have been wonderful. Here's Alfredsson drifting one around behind. So it is a 2-2 tie. Under 3 minutes to go, second period here from Pittsburgh. Moving along now is Adams to turn around behind, trying to shake the checking of Helm. Adams burrowing along to the outside now, and then whips a backhand that went off a pair of players, one aside. Nudged ahead by Helm, carried back up the wing for the return for Helm. That is taken by Niskanen.
What a good play by Matt Niskanen. There's an example of why his plus-minus is so good. That's not an easy play to make. He handled that easily.
This one plopped near DeKeyser, who settles it down. Niskanen, a team leading plus 32 and one of the best in the league. Around this one goes, and there is an icing call to stop the clock.
So you're defending basically a 2-on-1 here, and you got speed coming at you, so you make the read, you go inside out stick position, you know you're going to get help from your partner, and then you corral a puck and make a good play. That's a composure factor. Matty Niskanen, what a valuable asset. Both he and James Neal came over for Alex Goligoski from Dallas.
Niskanen and Martin get the assists on the second power play goal of the night and 11th of the year, 26th overall for Neal. Out of this scrum, stepping to it was Tatar, but it's forced around by DeKeyser and fed just away from Kunitz by Crosby. To the back it comes for the trigger pull by Scuderi. That kicked along and can be rescued and played to the outside now by Neal. Nudged on to center for the brush by Scuderi. The take by Crosby. Motors back in, and the pass is right there for Neal to twist and turn and feed one across for Crosby. Settled down to Neal. A lot of magic here from the Penguins this time. Thrown by Neal. Blocked high to the glass by Crosby. Pinching in is Letang. Challenged there by Tatar. Fed again off of Tatar. Flexed on now to Letang. Letang turning with it, marching back ahead. Dropped on to Crosby. Has a duel there with Quincy. Poked along. Neatly controlled by Tatar as they were able to outman the Penguins captain, and it's Nyquist flinging it to the glass, and they come to the bench for a change.
Good for Danny Bilesma. He's feeling it. Usually Bo Bennett's on that line with Crosby and Kunitz, not James Neal. But they've got something going, Crosby and Neal tonight, so he puts Neal out there.
Chopped along by Glass. First one there is Stempniak. Stempniak leaned on and taken to the boards and glass that time by Abdelkader. Goes the opposite way, and Datsuk is able to get there. That one chipped across and has slipped to the front, but shut down and twirled right back to Abdelkader. Moves up with Datsuk on the left, and on the right, Franzen, and the play got broken down for an offside. Can you predict the Stanley Cup playoffs? Challenge your friends and family or compete in public leagues for a chance to win great prizes, including tickets to the 2015 Stanley Cup Final. Fill out your bracket at NHL.com/bracket.
So now Bo Bennett goes on this line. James Neal was there with Crosby, 2 power play goals. Now it's Bo Bennett, Brandon Sutter, Brian Gibbons. So Danny Bilesma playing around with his line just a little bit, and he's getting the reaction from his team.
Glendening chased out, and so Sutter will contend with Legwand, and that one on back.
Hoping some of that power play magic will rub off 5-on-5. They're changing the lines up.
Bounced ahead for a centering pass in front and almost dribbled on, but driving to the net that time was Gibbons. Forced off by Miller.
Off the skate of Gibbons going hard to the net. Couldn't get a stick on it and dragged his right leg back.
He was not doing a flyby, but a drive too. This is taken on by Drew Miller and flopped ahead. Handballed down by Orpik, carried back by Glendening, and then controlled through some harassment by Miller. Now Smith dropped it along, and rushing ahead is Gibbons. Gibbons crossover move, and right there was Legwand to stash it to the board. Martin takes it there. A drive and a save by Gustafsson and the horn.
Boy, Gibbons has got to shoot that puck towards the net, trying to get a little bit too fancy. And you got to know how much time is left in the period. Coming in that, you got an opportunity to just get it to the net, but the fancy play cost them a clear opportunity to get maybe a second chance opportunity. Great pressure there from Sutter. Now Gibbons has got to know, I got to get this to the net right now, not try to make a fancy play back the other way. Now he looks up at the clock. By that time, it was too late. But a great pressure job there with Sutter and Gibbons on that forecheck.
Coming up on the Discover Card Intermission Report, Liam, Keith, and Anson on Detroit's active defense, plus Columbus looking to clinch. Neal with 2. Kindle and Yurko with 1 each for the other guys. 2 periods played, 2 goals scored apiece. 2-2 after 2. The NHL on NBCSN is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Fly straight, drink responsibly. And by Verizon, the official wireless partner of the NHL. That's the old Golfolio building there with the multicolored lights. Turns into a goal lantern in the playoffs here. 2-2 going into the third. Ray Shero, the guy that you see beneath the statue that was unveiled in Philadelphia of his late father, Fred. And then his son, Chris. Sunday night, Chris committed to Boston College. He will be playing there starting in the fall of 2015. Quite a moment for the Shero family, not only in Philadelphia, but then on this past Sunday, April 6th, when he declared for BC.
Had a fantastic year playing at Kimball Union Academy up in New Hampshire. One of the top prep schools in New England.
You've seen 2 of the most important figures in this game. Kindle put Detroit ahead. James Neal with goals sandwiched around Kindle. Tied 2-2. Full strength action at the start of the third. And the bouncer on a short hop and handled by Fleury and frozen 9 seconds in.
Now Bo Bennett goes back to the right side with Sidney Crosby and Chris Kunitz here to start the third period. Pierre made mention of a little bit of a line change there towards the end of the second period with the lone goal scorer for the Penguins up on the big line. See how long this lasts here for Danny Bowsman and the Penguins.
Along to get this, Datsuk fed one in front that went off a stick, that of Abdelkader. Tipped on a cross, and Datsuk tried to get there, could not. Rushed on by Crosby to Bennett. Bennett fed one over, a hurried shovel shot, went wide from Kunitz. So now Datsuk to play on to Franzen. Laid it on a cross, and it's Kronwall dipping it on back. Datsuk able to gain the zone. Datsuk drifting, tried to follow through with a shot, but Martin in the way. Moving in is Franzen on this one. Nice twist to Datsuk. Oh, and a shot by Miller would not go. Nice setup from Pavel Datsuk. Now it is Martin, fed back in again by Kunitz.
Boy, a quality chance there from Drew Miller, who's had an outstanding year from the very first shift of the game. 2 great passes there to get the puck to Miller.
Off of Glendening back in. Letang to drub it back off the boards and out of play. A deflection they signal immediately, and so no penalty.
Well, the initial forecheck is the key by the Detroit Red Wings. Pressure, pressure, and then support, and watch what happens. Franzen to Datsuk, 2 beautiful backhand passes, and Drew Miller, who had just jumped on the ice from the bench, gets a great chance, and what a stop there by Marc-Andre Fleury.
He needed to have Letang move there so he could see well, and Letang did. Gloved along by Quincy, followed up though by Jokinen, wanted to drop it back and got it on now to Neal, and the shot went sizzling wide. Letang, a shot that is cut off by DeKaiser, spirited out, and it's handed on now to Tatar, trying to shake free, coming out as Fleury, and forced it away. The game moves at a little different speed when these guys are out there. 14, 15, and 21 for Detroit. Just as it did earlier when the Penguins had a power play going, and then it followed through with this guy, Neal. Neal brings it on and shot one that's saved by Gustafsson. It bounced free, but the Red Wings able to swat it on, though not out. Neal is all over the place. Swatted away from him by Quincy as he went to the bench. Now it is brought back on for Glass. Glass closed off by Kindle, who drags it one-handedly around. Wiping out his lash off, still trying to play it through Sutter, and got it through. Daniel Alfredsson one-handed it back down. Yet again, we'll remind you that the Red Wings need a point out of this game to secure their 23rd consecutive Stanley Cup playoff berth. They would get that if it's tied after this period, regardless of what happened in extra time. Fed back on now for Sutter, angled it back in, and a couple of players go down, and play continues.
I think Brandon Sutter shaking up there too.
What a nasty fall there from Sutter. His leg got caught up under him, and good to see him back on his feet. gingerly skating in front of both benches. The way he reacted, very scary. It'll be a whistle here and face off outside the zone. There's Brandon Sutter coming in on this one-on-one with Brendan Smith, and there you see his leg get caught up. Wow, his left leg really gets tangled up. Oh, wow. I just wonder how those type of plays don't happen more often with the speed and the size and the strength of these players. The so-called innocent play, but certainly looking very nasty.
Shoved on to center, Quincy up with it and back in. You just wonder from the pain why he's not gone to the dressing room yet, but he is a Sutter, and he is a hockey player. Tend to always stay out until you absolutely have to go. There's a rollout and a pretty heavy hit on DeKaiser by Kunitz, and played too far for Abdelkader, and an icing is called. 16:41 to go, third period. Game is tied at 2. Birthdays to Alexei Ponikarovsky. As we get to see Sutter again, we're more concerned about him than those who once played for the moment. Brian Elliott, Michel Parizeau, Scott Howson, Jimmy Roberts, Rick Tocchet, Yanni Ojanen, and Sean Hunwick are among those born on this day. And we'll continue to keep an eye on that very important player who, like Drew Miller, has had a strong game tonight for Pittsburgh. Reversed along now for the take there by Datsyuk. Then back over for DeKaiser. Led back over for Nyquist. Up the wing to Sheahan. Sheahan tried to shovel one in front. No sale because of Scuderi. Laid back across now, and Perreault brings it ahead. Perreault trying to shake his way by. Big man burrows in and slugs it back up the boards. Waiting for it there was Scuderi. Rattled around behind off Perreault's stick. Came on to Letang. Letang dropped it behind. It rolled very close to the shelf to Kindle. Took the hit, but banged it ahead for Sheahan. Right ahead for Tatar. Working to the outside. He's got Nyquist nearby. Tatar ragging. Got it through. Sheahan a shot that was blocked wide. Played on by Scuderi. Grabbed off by Smith and kept alive, though then pushed back into him at center. So Kronwall. And then Helm. Helm a shot, and a pad stop made there by Fleury. Gibbons connects with Niskanen. Helm got in the way, but it's played back on by Letang. Bounced on further. Fielded and skyhook back down by Letang and over the end line and icing. Download the NBC Sports Live Extra app to watch the game live on your phone or tablet. The NBC Sports Live Extra app on NBCSports.com/Live Extra and NHL.com. Penguins have won 99 games at Consol Energy Center, the most by any team on their home ice in the NHL since the fall of 2010, when it opened up here with a loss to Sergei Bobrovsky and the Philadelphia Flyers. Here's Quincy firing one that went wide, right around in front, battled for there by Abdelkader, and it came back on for Franzen. Franzen able to duel the boards, led one on now for Datsyuk, and a shot blocked down in front, scooped away by Letang, played back further by DeKaiser. Around for Abdelkader, and the referee got in the way of Franzen and was nudged down. Franzen on to Abdelkader again, right back for Franzen, working was Jokinen. They touch it on to Gibbons, and Gibbons motors on, and from the checkered line plays it safely in.
Well, Franzen will get a credit for that hit, but good collision there with the official.
This is brought on by Legua. Flies it back in and off the goal stick of Fleury. Sparred for a couple of times and knifed on where it can be brought back up by Mata. Mata sized up there by Kronwall. And without a vent, it is taken by Smith. Smith able to peel away from Kunitz's harassment now. Pivots back and gives on to Kronwall. Kronwall fed one ahead. Dropped back in on the deflection from Drew Miller and played along by Paul Martin. Back into Miller again. It bounced on to be guided ahead to Kunitz, and Kunitz just slipped it on back. Kronwall with it there. So when we get a moment, maybe an assessment on how this game is going in terms of who's carrying to whom. Tatar forced right back by Sutter.
Well, the urgency certainly is on the side of the Detroit Red Wings. They've had the better of the play here in this third period, no doubt about it.
Sutter trying to step by. It is good to see him back out there again and skating freely. Along now it's Tatar with Sheahan moving. Tatar with a shot that's blocked. Guided in by Nyquist. Punched right back along and in, reached for by a pair of Red Wings and 2 Penguins. To the back to Kindle again. Kindle drifting and shooting one. And it is held by Fleury. Waving his stick at the front at it was Nyquist. Play stopped. Third period. 2-2. Saturday, the NHL is on NBC Sports. First, the Flyers take on Sidney Crosby and the Penguins at 3 Eastern in the NHL Game of the Week. Then the Blackhawks and the Predators face off at 7:30 Eastern on NBCSN. The push for the playoffs is on NBC Sports. Tie game, third period. Hyatt brings it ahead and drops it to the corner. Around it came. Gustafsson pumped it right back along. Helm able to skip one. Settled down by Letang and a shot that was blocked aside by Helm. Played on by Sutter. Wrapped up and shouldered a bit there for his trouble by DeKeyser. Staggering free as Pyatt. Puck played across by Quincy and angled to Helm. With the help of DeKeyser. Nudges behind for Quincy. Plays on to Alfredson, who just ladled it to center. Letang able to push it right back in. Spiked down by Gustafsson. DeKeyser yet again. Quincy yet again. Yurko brings it on, and they escape the center. Pushed off the play by Glass, and controlled by Letang. Tried to work one ahead for Stempniak and back down. And an icing.
Well, let's go back to the last time these two teams played. James Neal comes up high on Luke Glendening and gets fined $5,000 for that hit. Tonight, I don't think he minds the fine. Power play goal right there. What a pass by Sidney Crosby. And that time, another power play goal for James Neal. He is shredding teams on the power play this season, as he has since he was a junior player with the Plymouth Whalers.
His best year was 2011-12 with the Penguins. 40 goals, 41 assists. Off this, it is Franzen. But that one caromed across and can be brought up by Glass. Kindle touches it over. Lashoff plays it ahead. Datsuk pivoting, harassed there. Still battling, but it came on to Stempniak. Though Datsuk got it right back again in quite a theft. Abdelkader pushes it in, and Fleury must deal with it. It is Orpik turning. Gives it back ahead to Stempniak, and he marches on with 12:10 to go, third period. Stempniak motoring on with it now, and a shot is blocked away. And then Stempniak worked over pretty effectively by Kronwall. Smith floats it on to Datsuk. At center, they were trying to play it over for Abdelkader, but instead Orpik to Martin and ahead for Neal. Martin holding off here. Plays it on now for Gibbons to push across to Neal, and his shot is steered out of play by Smith. Take a look at these numbers again. Pittsburgh very safe, Boston very safe. You have top 6 set. Not the rest. Detroit and Columbus are still iffy. Looking better, but iffy. Detroit gets 1 point. They are in the playoffs. Columbus gets 2. They are in the playoffs. Washington and New Jersey would thus be out, and the top 8 would be set. Columbus is playing in Dallas, and Liam's keeping you up on that. What a shot, and another shot. Oh, and reaching, and that one wouldn't go. What a scramble there in front. Can be played along to the back, flexed on across for Niskanen to bash back in. It looked like the Penguins could just smell a goal there, but it is shut down now and steered out by Sheahan, and a 3-on-2. Hustling to get back is Kunitz. Played on through by Nyquist, dragged on by Sheahan, worked over by Mata. And it pushed on now for Nyquist to try to march to the front, no luck. Mata tucked it ahead, sent right back across, and Crosby can fly on. Crosby trying to get by, and motors on deeper now, watched by Sheahan. Jammed one across, Niskanen to Neal. Oh, and a save made by Gustafsson. A huge play by the Detroit goaltender on what looked like a hat-trick goal.
Boy, what a play there from Matt Niskanen. James Neal's had about 4 attempts in this third period, and what a stop by Gustafsson on Kunitz earlier.
Letang a shot, and Gustafsson traps that, and what happened? We score!
Well,
Chris Letang comes down the right wing boards, takes a shot, and Gustafson wasn't sure where this puck was. He thought he had it under him, but it squeaks in behind, and the referee, Eric Furlat, was in a perfect position. The right part of your screen. Look at Gustafson. He thinks he has it, and it's laying right there, and the official saw it in behind. Perfect position, and the Penguins with a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Jokinen came on to replace Chris Kunitz, and the big thing is Danny Bilesman puts the line back together with James Neal, Kunitz, and Crosby, and it generates all kinds of emotion and energy for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and eventually the go-ahead goal.
Gustafson made 2 outstanding saves before that puck got in behind him.
And here's Bennett with Gibbons and Jokinen.
Bennett checked off, laid around behind him, gets back up again, deals with Lashoff, and Lashoff prevailed, at least for the moment. Legwand able to pump one ahead. Letang to get it there and slide it across to Scuderi. Letang, the primary assist on the goal by Jokinen, his 19th. And Matt Niskanen, the secondary assist at 9:17. So now, for the first time of the night, the Red Wings are trailing in the game. And DeKaiser is able to punch it behind, taken there by Quincy. Kyle Quincy swings one ahead that ricocheted, but Mamada dragged on by Yurko. Quick shot by Alfredson is held by Fleury. Past the halfway point of the third. 3-2, Pittsburgh.
Communication, such an important part of hockey. Here, the puck's coming around the boards. Look at Jussi Jokinen. He's talking to Chris Letang. I'm going to go in on this puck as it's going around. Around the boards here. That's great communication. I had to talk with Brooks Orpik this morning in the locker room and just talking about the smartness of Jussi Jokinen, that every defenseman wants to be on the ice when he's out there because he's so responsible defensively. There's a perfect example of communicating and being on the right side of the puck. Smart play all the way around by Jokinen and Chris Letang to realize where Jokinen was on the ice on that play.
This is Niskanen shaking one ahead that is carried up by Stempniak, boomed off by Yurko, tapped in by Glass, forced along by Gustafson, drilled by Stempniak, but off of Alfredson. After this one is Smith able to tip it on. Yurko rides into Glass, near the glass, and it is controlled back by Alfredson and Kronwall across. Datsuk tries to pull away, and it's stripped right away from him. Dragging it on and then roughed up by Datsuk was Crosby. Meanwhile, it's played on off of Kunitz and back. Under 9 minutes to go, third period. Yanked along. The Red Wings' next game will be at home against Carolina on Friday. Then they finish up Sunday afternoon in St. Louis. Abdelkader rolled into there by Martin. So if they still need to get their point after tonight, the next step would be Carolina at Joe Louis Arena. Played ahead by, well, carried back on by Kunitz, in a shot is snapped up and held by Gustafson. We were sort of hinting into the upcoming games department. Let's take a look at some of them, Mr. O.
Oh, right after us, you have the Sharks and Ducks. What a huge game out in the Western Conference coming up. What a doubleheader tonight. Talk about the St. Louis Blues. They'll be in Minnesota tomorrow. And then Friday night, the Blackhawks with a big overtime win against the Washington Capitals. And still aspirations to get some home ice in the Central Division for the Blackhawks, with the Avalanche still looking to take down the St. Louis Blues to win the division.
That is a strong, heavy shot that came from Perreault that was just blocked and covered then by Gustafson. I would think that a guy as big as this would be a very effective player for the Penguins on the fourth line right wing, especially Saturday afternoon when the Orange team comes in. And he's really got a great hockey name. I mean, it's not exactly spelled the way that we are used to Payroll, but they have made sure that we understood today that's how it's said. And it makes for a lot of great wordplay.
To change his number to the 1st or 15th, that would be really ideal.
Up the boards, this one chopped away from Legwand and on back now. Glendening trying to take it along. Reaching it is Legwand. Legwand pivots to the outside and gets some space. Back to Kindle. Kindle, a wrister that flapped off the board. Stuck to the back of the net. Dug out by Glendening. Angled geometrically for Lashoff and a save. And it's paddled loose in front. They whack away at it. Nothing yet. Leg one touches. Kindle takes. Hands over to Lashoff. Nearly staggered him, but he's able to recover in deep. Miller there, rocked a little bit by Letang. Miller able to turn. Got it on. Kindle gives on to Lashoff. Fires, and that one turned back. Now it's Kindle with it again. Good flourish by Detroit right now. Adams leaned on a bit by Miller. Puck tucked around, and Adams is able to work one on now to Letang for a little more space, and it's played all the way back. Kindle peels off, 7 1/4 to go.
That line has been real strong for Mike Babcock and the Red Wings. Glendening, Legwan, and Miller.
Racing on now is Tatar, able to zag his way right back in. Tatar dips the shoulder and pivots now. Hands it on back for a shot by Kronwall. Oh, and Fleury did not see that when it was tipped wide. Played along to the outside by Sheahan and sparred around for Nyquist, but it went by him. Kronwall pinches along. It's tangled up for the moment and then just hoisted on out to center ice by Mata. Change by the Penguins. Another change for Detroit. Franzen is fresh from the bench. Smith able to work his way on out to center. Picks up Datsuk and hands to him. Datsuk nicely shakes away from a couple. Drifts and fed one that was where Franzen had been. Meanwhile, knife to the corner and Abdelkader ties up his man so that Martin plays along. Poked along by Datsuk. Gotten by Franzen. Rising shot off the chest of Fleury. And he's able to drop down and cover.
It's amazing when you have a real good shift. Becomes a domino effect for the guys that come after that real strong shift by the Glendening line. Datsuk working some magic along those the right wing boards in front of the Penguin bench, and eventually puck gets to Johan Franzen, and never a bad play to fire it at the net. You love the positioning there of Marc-Andre Fleury, not going down too early.
Quincy a shot, and Fleury got that one. He was a marvel and still is, but burst onto the scene very impressively in Sidney Crosby's rookie year. It was at the same time that you were a coach of Marc-Andre Fleury. And off this draw, it is hoisted onto the back for Quincy. Turns it on further. Marc-Andre trying to get 3 40-win seasons, 2 already, 38 wins. Shot by Kunitz is blocked away. Into the corner, he jousts with Kronwall, or beg your pardon, to Kaiser. Now pulling away and then getting back up after being restrained apparently legally was Kunitz by DeKaiser. Kicked along by Kunitz. Going for it is Quincy, and Quincy played one off a stick that's directed by Yurko, and peeling back is Alfredson. Alfredson looking ahead. Carries right up the middle and hands on to Helm. Helm looking for Alfredson, pushed it back into Fleury, and he holds. You're watching Wednesday Night Rivalry presented by Coors Light. Latter stages, third period, 3-2 Pittsburgh.
Russ Taylor back here in our studio. Teemu Selanne and the Ducks can win the Pacific and take over first place in the Western Conference. But to do it, they'll have to get by the Sharks. Sharks and Ducks coming up next. Back to you, Doc.
Well, Russ, the President's Trophy is not solved yet. Ducks 110, Colorado 109, St. Louis 111, Boston 114. Jennings Trophy not settled for fewest goals, but likely Los Angeles, though Boston 5 behind. Punched along behind now for the throw back off by Scuderi, chased down by Kronwall, and hooked on across to Sheahan. Popped on for Tatar, but off Letang. Followed up by Sheahan, but then whipped right back in where Kronwall will get it. 5 1/4 to go, third period. The minimum the Red Wings would want out of this is extra time to assure that they are in the playoffs. Otherwise, it remains somewhat in doubt. Up the boards it comes again and is touched back down by Stempniak and regathered by Smith. More changes for the Penguins. Another shift change for the Red Wings. Lashoff takes, gives over to Smith. Datsuk is out there. Abdelkader and Franzen. Abdelkader taken out by Brooks Orpik. They roll along the boards and Franzen burrows in trying to get it. Wedged a bit by James Neal. What a rugby scrum. Reaching in was Datsuk. It's freed back up the boards. Turning right back is Jokinen. And then restrained a bit was Abdelkader. He moves in and chops at Paul Martin trying to free it up, and he does. Around it goes the other way. Kindle moving there. Jokinen touched it ahead. Scurrying on now is Gibbons trying to get by, and Lashoff is guilty of a foul And there will be a power play to the Penguins with 4:14 left in the third.
Doesn't always have to be about size. It has to be about the size of the heart of the player. And for Brian Gibbons, he's just in a foot race situation with Lashoff. He wins the race, tries to compete, and eventually Lashoff with the free hand just hauls him down.
Well, the key there is that he throws it into an area and then gets a step on Lashoff. He knew he wasn't going to be able to beat him to the outside, but Pierre's point is well taken. Understanding your role, understanding your strengths, and getting a little bit of leverage there as well, and drawing the penalty, and a huge opportunity here for the Penguins, up by 1 on the power play.
James Neal with 2 power play goals tonight. Jokinen with the tiebreaker, and the first go-ahead goal in the game for the Penguins as Crosby is able to delay with it and then sail one across. Martin slams one, and it's knocked down in front and then cleared by Kronwall back down the ice. Fleury sets it up for the take by Paul Martin. Neal and Crosby are out there along with Niskanen and Kunitz. Right back ahead comes Niskanen, dropped it off to Kunitz, steps in. Finessed one off of Niskanen, who thought it was going to be a shot instead of a pass. Niskanen holds on here. Dropped it back on for Crosby, wipes out, and it is rifled back out to center ice by Miller. Guided on across for the play by Martin, back to Crosby again. Sized up by Drew Miller. The pass comes on back, and Martin there. Swung it across for Kunitz. Twisted it back up the boards, and stepping there, Glendening. Glendening was sealed up for a moment, and then it pinballed back out again. 3 1/4 left in the third. Halfway through the power play. Onside Crosby. Gave it up, though, for Abdelkader to throw back down, and Fleury to stop. Helm is out working with Abdelkader up front. Smith and Quincy in back. Racing on with it now is Letang. Letang to the outside, threw one stiffly off the goal stick of Gustafsson. Dragged on up now by Abdelkader. Laid on for Helm. Here's Helm delaying now. Needs to pick up reinforcements. Circles and does so. Helm able to delay further in this penalty kill that's got 28 to go. And he's playing it back now to Miller. A strong play.
Yeah, great effort there. Goes to his knees, able to hold on to that puck. The Penguin player came to pressure him and killed off probably a good another 20 seconds on that hustle play.
Under 2.5 to go now to the last dozen of the power play. Thrown back on by Glendening. And so back to take it is Motte. 2 seconds and 1. Lashoff standing, and he is released. Bouncer in on goal, and a short hopper that had to be blocked by Gustafsson. Played on to DeKaiser, handed ahead to Franzen, handed across to Datsuk with good control. Datsuk trying to force his way by, flexed away by Fleury, played along behind. Franzen sealed up by Orpik and tumbles down. Scaled off the short glass. Still in the goal is Gustafsson, as rushing ahead with it now is Nyquist, trying to work it along, got it on to Franzen. Franzen, a shot that's knocked down, another try, and it's saved and then juggled, but covered by Fleury.
That's some kind of save by Marc-Andre Fleury as we have a gathering of the clans.
Not very often you see Rob Scuderi give a cross-check after a play, but that's exactly what happened there. Scuderi going after Nyquist. Then you had Franzen and Orpik going at it behind the play before that chance.
You love the way Marc-Andre Fleury gets to the top of the crease. The first one's blocked by Orpik, but there's a shot. And then Marc-Andre Fleury, no second chance opportunity for Gustav Nyquist. And the Penguins say, we've about had enough of you.
Yeah, Nyquist give a little shot to Scuderi. That's why the shot from Scuderi. Remember, Nyquist is the guy that pushed off on that one power play look we had earlier in the game when he knocked Brooks Orpik down.
Chop to the back, shot by Smith over the glove hand of Fleury against the glass, and it's Neal. Still in the goal. Jonas Gustafsson, a little feed in front by Tatar, battled for there, bumped along the net, but it came across the net out wide, and is gotten there by Tatar back to his feet. Gustafsson still in the cage, along it comes to Smith, dips the shoulder, and gets behind, a feed. And it kicked on along and can be played by Kronwall. Kronwall rifled it across, a shot by Sheahan, popped up in the air, they score! My goodness, a pop fly deflection, and it's tied again.
Gonna go back to the face-off here. Sidney Crosby's taking this face-off against Riley Sheahan. He's actually trying to shoot this puck out of the zone. And it ends up being won by the Red Wings. And then after that, they're able to sustain pressure and put the puck in the back of the net. Not very often you see a centerman try to shoot the puck out from that area. You know what he's trying to do with all that empty space there, but not the right play by Crosby.
And then you get bodies to the net. And I don't know if Thomas Jurko gets that goal or not, Eddie. There's a shot from the back end, and it looks like it goes off of 26 and White. Nonetheless, Detroit won't care who scores. They've got this thing tied, and it does touch Thomas Jurko and go in.
Great pickup.
Well, here's Abdelkader in a 3-3 tie. Abdelkader driving around to the front, can't push it home. Reaching for it was Franzen, tucked around behind, and it's Gibbons. Gibbons boomed into there by Abdelkader, steps away and through one that's blocked. Abdelkader around behind again. Jams one on to Franzen, holding there, threw one across, that blocked off by Fleury. Moving in, Datsuk gets it along to Abdelkader. All Detroit right now. Abdelkader restrained there by Gibbons, still battling, has to charge to the corner, 42 to go. Abdelkader again, got it onto Datsuk, protected well with the body. Challenged by Gibbons, still going. Datsuk around behind, wormed his way around to the other side, pawed at a bit there, but holds. Datsuk just delaying, played it along to Abdelkader again. Rocked a little bit by Paul Martin, he goes down, but brushed it along to Franzen. 20 to go. To the back it comes now for the Kaiser in a shot that was wide. Banked along now for the take and the clip back out to center. Quincy steps ahead with a dozen to go. The last time they missed was 1990. They will not miss. It's a tie. They get a point going into overtime, and they're in. We will be right back for the start of overtime after this break. The last meaningless game Detroit played was on the final day of the 89-90 season in Philadelphia. The Flyers were also missing the playoffs that year. And during that summer, the Penguins had missed the playoffs too, and they drafted a guy named Yager. Overtime presented by fast-acting Advil. What do you sense over there, Pierre, at the Red Wings bench?
Mike Babcock's happy they got the point, but he wants to go for the win. He's been pushing buttons down here during that last TV timeout. I mean, he's been so demonstrative this whole season, but in this game in particular, really channeling a lot of energy towards his players. Usually he's not like that.
Kronwall to Smith. For a side, sudden death overtime. Datsuk drops it back, and it's played back on. Kronwall across, carried back in by Smith, dips it over to Franzen, and Franzen able to glide to the outside. Rocked a bit by Orpik. Crosby dueling with Datsuk, protected by Franzen, pushed over to Kronwall and over for a great save by Fleury on Datsuk. It looked like it was over. Dragging it on now is Franzen. Delays and holds. Franzen feeds Datsuk. Pivots to the outside. Away from Crosby. Datsuk drifting again. Protects it. Twists one that ricocheted to the corner. Then Smith. Then Datsuk. Drive! And it's off Fleury and hopped away. Datsuk will come to the bench. Dragged back on by Crosby. Quincy defends him, bangs into the boards, and then Crosby shoves a bit at the back of the cage with the Kaiser. It is Niskanen to Crosby. Crosby able to turn. Niskanen has it there. Holds. Niskanen dropped it off. James Neal chopped along and wedged enough defensively by Jurko to center that he must dart back and then see this played on to Niskanen. Fed right back off of Neal. Hoisted out again, and it's a chance for Helm. Drives it right back along, but it's cut off immediately by Jokinen. And Jokinen, the Finnish-born winger, is able to play this right back ahead. Wiping out is Mata, but he shuttled it ahead, and it wound up being an offside, and James Neal says, I don't think so. But a difference of opinion makes the world go around.
Boy, what a shift to start this overtime period. And Marc-Andre Fleury makes an unbelievable save off of Pavel Datsuk. Opportunity. Oh, there and off the side. Might have went off the tip of the stick, but ended up going off the side of the net.
Now, my mistake. I thought he had actually gotten that one. But at any rate, it was a good opportunity for Detroit as stepping out with this. Sutter lost to Sheahan. Can't get a shot away. Played along by Tatar. Tatar again to the outside. Nicely shakes along. Thomas Tatar drifts. Gives it on over to Kindle. Then Letang. Then Scuderi. Nearing the halfway point of the sudden death overtime. Sutter brings it on. Filtered it through. Stepniak, Stone, rebound, can't put it home. Around the backside, they still diving for it as Gustafsson. It is poked along and then held eventually by Paul Martin. Penguins fans at that end are just sitting back down, wondering how it did not go. Gustafsson with an artful stop at first. Ahead now comes Nyquist, breezing up the wing with it now. Nyquist drifting and shot one that's deflected out of play.
Well, a quick little developing play right outside the blue line, and all of a sudden Lee Stempniak. What a great backhand pass there from Brandon Sutter, and two great stops there from Jonas Gustafsson.
That's good hockey all around, and look where Christopher Letang is. We talk about the rust on a player. He makes the right read. He knows they have numbers going the other way, and he's down by the crease there looking for a rebound opportunity. Smart play by Letang as well. But Brandon Sutter, boy, oh boy, it's fun to watch him play this as well as he's ever played.
Bronson able to drag this one along now. He's got Quincy drifting, sailed it to him. Quincy closer, couldn't get a good shot away as a good challenge came from James Neal. Neal trying to pull free behind and is able to get there. Anticipating was Bronson, but it's taken away by Orpik. Under 2 minutes to go, separating these two from a shootout. Along comes Neal, sides up by Quincy. Neal had it spiked away by Quincy and then goes into the boards. Played along by Orpik, getting in the way Quincy. Duels there with Neal, swatted it away. Orpik settles it down. Martin drives one, save made by Gustafsson. Gustafsson has a record of 16-5-3. As a largely second goaltender for this team in a year in which second goaltenders have had remarkable records. His has been critical to Detroit making the playoffs for the 23rd straight year. Along now with it is Kronwall, led back up the wing Alfredsson, and offside was Abdelkader.
Yeah, one extra move there from Alfredsson. Forced the offside. And Gustafsson, one of those guys, Doc, under the radar for sure when you talk about the Red Wings making the playoffs again. The injuries to Jimmy Howard, a team that has battled a lot of injuries. Gustafsson's been able to come in and do an unbelievable job. One of the very main reasons why the Red Wings are going back to the playoffs again.
Their opponent will either be this one or another team that wears black and gold. The Bruins. Sheahan got it onto Tatar and a shot save. Rebound! Oh, and he couldn't jam it home on the backhand. Fleury with a shot. Tatar again got it off the front. Still they battle for it. It's poked around and re-grabbed by Kunitz in the last minute of the OT.
They're smiling on the Detroit bench. This is like found money. Thomas Tatar was the 60th player picked in his draft year, 2009. And now he comes off, he's mad at himself.
Here's Letang motoring ahead. Hunted down by Bronson and closed off, and offside is called.
Thomas Tatar's coming out party was at the World Junior in Ottawa in 09, and here's an example of what the Red Wings saw in him. He's so dominant with the puck. He's elusive. He's got great escapability. He's fearless. He puts pucks on goal, and he can be a game breaker. And Eddie, he's just a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah, the skating ability of Tatar, and that's one thing that Coach Babcock mentioned to you in your interview here with him. They're a much faster team now than they were at the start of the season, and you got to be able to skate in this game, and you can put fast and skilled players together. You got something special, and that was a heck of an effort there by Tatar.
Laid back ahead for the carry out by Datsuk. Flipped back off a stick and down to the ice tumbles Franzen, and driving to the net was Smith. And he's upset at the referee too.
And Brooks Orpik as well, Doc.
Here's a pass across to Neal, drifting with it, shooting, and it's challenged out by Gustafsson. Martin a shot, and the horn. And the guy with the extra equipment and the wing wheel on his chest was pretty strong to make that last stop too.
Shots on goal for the overtime period. Pittsburgh 4, Detroit 3.
Well, there's Crosby throwing that puck back to James Neal. Skate left, shoot right, and you see the positioning there of Gustafsson coming out and taking away the angle on the opportunity from the lone goal scorer.
We will be back for the shootout from Consol Energy Center in Pittsburgh right after these messages.
Well, back in overtime, a couple of real good opportunities there. Pavel Datsyuk with a wide open net, hits the side of the net. Sutter to Stempniak, great save, not once but twice from Jonas Gustafsson. And then Thomas Tatar, first chance opportunity, big rebound, second one just missed the net. A lot going on, nothing to show for it in overtime as we head to the shootout.
James Neal, Sidney Crosby, and Jussi Jokinen will be the three shooters for Pittsburgh. The Penguins have chosen to go first.
And Jussi had a little magic the other night in Colorado with the game-winning goal in the shootout.
He came with impressive credentials. Anybody who can shoot over 40% is real good. He's only 1 for 7 this year, but the one, as Pierre mentioned, is recent. 43% Jokinen, 42% Crosby, 37% Neal. There are a handful who are above 50%. TJ Oshie is one of those. Jonathan Toews is one of those. Daniel Alfredsson, Thomas Tatar, Pavel Datsyuk will be the shooters for Detroit. Alfredsson at 32% in his career. But first to the Penguins and Neal. The fans now starting to stand, as they often do in arenas around the NHL for the shootout. In front of us we see Paul Coffey jerseys, Marc-Andre Fleury jerseys, Tanner Glass, Brooks Orpik, and a lot of longtime fans who are watching a current guy named Neal getting a piece of it. Gustafsson and the other piece belonged to the Glass.
It looked like Gustafsson had lost his footing as he was back skating here, and Neal coming in. Yeah, right there you see him just kind of lose an edge there.
Now Daniel Alfredsson shooting for Detroit. He's slippery and pretty unpredictable. Some nights he'll shoot 5-0, and other nights he'll go backhand roof. There's the unpredictability. What a save by Marc-Andre Fleury. Usually Alfredsson would elevate this one. He pulls it, but he puts it along the ice. What a job by Fleury. Wow!
A Snow Angel masterpiece by Marc-Andre Fleury, and so awaiting the signal now is Crosby. Stick handles was that?
Eddie, this was a little Patrick Kane-ish from Sidney Crosby.
Coming in, wait, get the goaltender to make the first move. He did, but just not able to elevate that puck like Alfredsson up and over the pad.
I think I noticed 6 sets of forehand backhands there for 12. Datsyuk moving in. Highly skilled guys who have been foiled by goaltending.
A quick little shovel here. It's going to go to the forehand. Real quick, try to elevate it. Fleury with great positioning.
You see Jokinen's patented shot, low blocker side.
75th career attempt for him. Lost it, popped it in.
That's a first.
Yeah, it is, Eddie.
Shooting the third for Detroit, number 21, Thomas Tatar.
He'll tell everybody on the bench exactly what I tried to do.
Thomas Tatar, 3 out of 8 in this season and in his career in NHL shootouts, with a chance to keep it going. Saved by Fleury. The Penguins have won it. The Red Wings have made the playoffs.
Well, Thomas Tatar tried to outweight Marc-Andre Fleury, but you talk about athleticism, you talk about never giving up on a play. Wait. There was some room on the ice there. As Fleury went left to right, there was some room on the ice. Tatar tried to elevate, and Fleury with a couple of unbelievable stops in that shootout.
A rare night in hockey. Both teams leave with smiles on their faces. Pittsburgh 4, Detroit 3. The Red Wings make the playoffs. For Pierre and Eddie, Doc saying so long for Pittsburgh. Push for the playoff continues. We join the Sharks and Ducks. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Randy Hahn and Drew Remenda have the call.